Welcome back to Alliance War. It's Season 39, War 2, for Loki is facing next. This is going to be a little bit of a different war from me, so this is going to be a little bit of a different war video. I only have 2 fights this war, so I thought I'd make this video less about the fights and more about my process and preparation. So, first thing is that I'm not going to be using Miguel this war. Longtime viewers of the channel know that I mostly use Miguel when he's not banned, and he was not banned in this war. So, but instead, I'm going to be using this rank 4 blade. I ranked him up in off-season. I'll explain why later. But I'm going to be bringing him, and then I'm going to be bringing this Ultron. However, there's one problem in that Ultron, well, he's only a rank 3 and he's only a SIG 20. And that's just not going to be good enough because you, the audience of my channel, which is quite frankly the best audience in all of MCOC YouTube. You're the best looking, you're the most intelligent, you're the most dashing. I'll use that word. Know that I will not take a champ into war this season unless he is SIG 200 rank 4, and the reason being is that I am terrible at this game and I need every bit of attack that I can get, every health that I can get, maximize every kit that I can because I need every edge, every advantage if I'm going to try not to die with frequency. And spoiler alert, it's not going to be good enough this war. So let's go ahead and go to my tech 6 stones that I have in the bank, and we're going to dump those into Ultron. And then I remember, oh crap, I got 150 crystals from the banquet rewards. So let me go ahead and pop those open. I took him from rank 3 to rank 4 using the crystal that I got from the banquet reward. So now I'm using the 6 stones as well. So thanks, Yusafa. Anyway, after getting those, I'll dump those back into Ultron before I use any of my generics. Ultron's SIG ability affects his region as well as his energy resistance. So, and the region will matter for the fight that I'm going to be using him in, because I have a feeling that I'm going to take a little bit of damage between the fight and between me being terrible. So first I'll use the +5 6 stones. That's just the fastest way of getting me to 200. Throw in, 18 of those suckers? And that puts me right at the threshold, so then I can just use the +1 generics to get me to the finish line. No big deal. All right, now that we've done that, we have our rank 4 SIG 200 blade. We have our rank 4 SIG 200 Ultron. Now we're ready to go to war. So 2 fights. As I said, the first fight is going to be node 21. It's going to be Void. Now, ordinarily, when planning, you see a Void on the hazard shift nodes and you think Falcon. Falcon counters a lot of Void's mess. He counters a lot of the hazard shift nonsense, and he's debuff detox. But unfortunately, these bastards over next, they banned Falcon. So PWF and I had to come up with an alternative. And after some discussion, some thought, some research, and some consultation with some YouTube, we figured out that Ultron would be the best. So using my materials, I took up Ultron to rank 4. I'm going to go ahead and boost reasonably big for this fight, and I'm going to go in. The plan here is, number 1, to spam Special 2 as much as I possibly can. And number 2 is to basically use debuff detox to keep Void's debuffs off of me as well as any other potential debuffs. Trying to start the fight, limiting yourself to hitting during the poison phase, to which Ultron is obviously immune to poison. So that's the plan. Here's the boosting. I decided to use an invul boost. I didn't think that a Power Star 1 boost would be particularly useful because I saw no need to use the Power Back boost. And I didn't think that I would need health at the start of the fight, certainly at the end of the fight, to use the regen. So I went ahead and used the invul just because Void can get Furies on this node, and I didn't want to eat a hit and it kill me because I didn't have an invul on. So that was my thinking behind using that particular boost over the other options here. So the fight starts off pretty fine, and I'm doing well. the natural evade from his kit is really helping me charge the debuff detox, which is sort of a benefit of Ultron. But as you can see here, I get 2 debuffs on me, and those 2 debuffs eat up essentially half my health. Now, of course, Ultron Sig is that when he gets to 50%, he's going to gain a regen, and that regen is going to help me out a lot here because it just protects my health bar. I have another one at 25%. I don't need to get to it in this fight. I don't know that this is the cleanest way to do this fight. I have a feeling that if I did this fight more often, I would be able to be a lot more successful in managing my health bar versus getting Void down. But for a first attempt, it's fine. I don't need Ultron anymore this war, because my next fight is the boss fight. We got a spot boss here from next, and we decided that Blade would be the best. This is my mastery setup, as you can see, max deep wounds, and I did half the recoil tree, double edge only. And I'm going to boost really big. Now, really big means using the maximum possible boosts. Unfortunately, I'm out of the short-term boosts, like the ones that last an hour if you have them. I just don't have those in my stash, so I have to use units to buy the Alliance War package here, so that way I can get the big 6-hour boosts. Is it what I want to do? No. Is it what I feel like I need to do to give me the best chance to succeed in this fight? Yes. It just helps me psychologically, and if it gives me a little bit more confidence, that's good. I dueled this fight 25, 30 times. I almost never need to duel because I'm usually taking fights that I'm familiar with. I'm not ordinarily trying to assign myself crazy stuff. I tend to make B Manny or PWF do that kind of nonsense. Because I'm not as skilled as them. But because of how the planning worked this war, it was going to be me doing this fight. I'm not super familiar with Spot, and I wanted to make sure that I gave myself every advantage. So I put on the class boosts. My plan is to use the power boost, get to the special 2, try to recycle those special 2s as much as I possibly can. And the dueling is to make sure that I can learn his animations well enough so that way I can know that I can punish. Because his animations with his heavy and his special, his heavy and his special 1 both end with him backing up, which, as you can see there, always means that there's a smaller window in which you can punish. And so you really need to have your timing right. Now, I start off the fight pretty well, get a couple mid-map draft intercepts showing that I have a small amount of skill. Here, I'm taking the special 1 on the block. That was intentional because if I take it on the block, I have a better chance of accessing that window to punish the SP1. So boom, again, a second special punished, and I am winning the health race. He goes unblockable there because I get a couple ruptures on myself, and that cost me some precious health. Not really what I wanted to see. I go to punish a heavy, but I'm too far away, so I parry myself. Fortunately, my power bar saves me, but then I eat the special here because I screw up, and that's more precious health that I lose. I'm able to punish a heavy there again because, again, my spacing's better. Throw a special 2, and now I'm within range. One more special 2, and this fight is over. I just need to bait a special and then punish, and I screw up. And honestly, my finger just slipped off the screen. My finger slipped off block, and I got killed because of it. It's not a kabam bug. It's not anything along the lines other than I made a mistake, and it cost me. I go and I clean up. Fortunately, this death didn't matter. For Loki had an unbelievable war, only 4 deaths this entire war, and we won by a lot. So good war to next, great war to For Loki, and I'll see you all in the next Life Chat.